our sausages are ready and our potatoes are ready. And now we're going to add the cabbage, plate it up. Bon appetit. And tonight I'm making my husband sausage. Of course, I'll pat the grease off that before I serve it. Some French toast, and then what's left of the egg mixture as eggs. And I had my sausage, egg, English on an English muffin, so that was breakfast, and I'll be sure to put a clip in of that. Happy Saturday, everyone. So tonight's meal is going to be vegetables, leftover sausage patties over, and the rice water's boiling. It's a really affordable meal. I mean, we love vegetables. It's nice to use up leftovers. Not just freeze them, but they were just used last night, so yeah, last night, or maybe it was the night before, but I think it was last night. And the vegetables, you know, the zucchini was $1. The carrots I bought for, I think it was $2.86. I still have some left, and I've already had 2 meals from the carrots. The cabbage is what was left over from my husband's cabbage for his lunch. So, I mean, you don't get much more affordable than that. And the rice, I had 10 boil-in-the-bag rice for $2.86, and I use 1 bag at a time. So that's 10 different times to have this dish, you know, for $2.86. So it's one of our most affordable meals and one of our favorites. Okay, we have a farm stand that comes to town every year about this time when the corn is ready, so we went and stopped at that today. It's just a few blocks from our house. It stays up until October after pumpkin season, so we got 7 ears of corn for $4.50. That's generally what they go for. I mean, for the last decade, that's what I remember them selling for. We've been eating it for 25 years. I can still remember when I bought a dozen ears of corn for $1.50, 25 years ago. So a clove of garlic, or bulb of garlic, for 75 cents, and some slicer tomatoes, $1.09 a pound. So with that and everything else featured in the video, that's pretty much July groceries. I'll have the total in the description. Besides just maybe a loaf of bread, some milk, and orange juice, which I will also add in the last video of July. That's about it for food for our household, July 2026. And there is some potato salad that I made for my husband. I actually don't eat it. I always give him a little treat on top. I cut up some eggs. He loves paprika. And I use Miracle Whip, so it tastes just like Mom. So I'll probably have a spoonful so I can relive those days of growing up. Mom made really good macaroni salad and potato salad, so there it is. Okay, Sunday's meal is a hamburger each, piece of corn, and that wonderful potato salad that there should be a clip of in this video, and that's Sunday supper. And supper on Tuesday night is grilled cheese sandwiches. It's been a long day. We've been trying to get our muffler repaired, and wow, it's hard to believe some of the things that I see and witness and hear and have to go through just to get your car repaired by either small town dealerships or mom and pop shops. So we've been through it all. We've been through it all. So it's been a long day, so we're going to have grilled cheese sandwiches and soup for supper. In tonight's meal, we have mashed potatoes, pork chops, some asparagus, and then this will boil up in a couple of minutes, and we'll have the rest of our sweet corn for Monday night's supper meal. So we have the potato plants. Of course, some bug ate off all the flowers. And here's the borage. So that's doing well. We got yellow marigolds back there that are still flowering, but basically the borage. As far as this garden, the beans went out of control. They wound around the trellis, and then all the leaves died. So we just pulled it out, put these petunias underneath, and now we've picked up some carrots that have already grown up to be about 6 inches, 7 inches, and we're going to plant some carrots in here once we put more dirt. Okay, I'm all done watering and in the car, and we're headed to Tomah, Wisconsin. So I'm going into Goodwill, so I'll show you what I get in Goodwill, and then we're going to go into Walmart. There's a few things I need to pick up, so I'll show you what I'm picking up and their prices today. And then I have a few things at home that I want to share with you, but that will be in a video for a grocery haul for July. That'll probably, because it's a smaller amount, be in July budget, which is also coming out this week. So this vlog will be probably just for one day, but in the future I will extend them to 2 or 3 days in a video. Okay, this is our little teeny tiny haul from Walmart. So Kitty just needed a top up, so we got him 6 cans, some bananas for the work week. These 3 are my bananas. Some sheet straps. I got some sheets that don't like to stay put. Found these singles, which are really kind of cool. So I've got a couple of plants that are doing poorly. I'm just going to pour a single in each one of them. Pot that was on clearance for $8. I thought was kind of cool. And I've got a orchid to go in there, a half loaf of bread because we needed just a little bit more to get through the work week because we're both taking sandwiches this week, and then some hot cocoa mix for our Keurig. We've never tried this. We always do the Swiss Miss, so we're going to give this a shot. This was on rollback, $2.86. The bread was $2.24. This pot was $8. It was a regular $24. The bananas, 50 cents a piece, 52 cents a piece, 96 cents. These were 3 something, and these were each $1.47. And then I saved one more plant. So let's go over here. I still got my dishes to put away. This juniper was $24.94 at the beginning of the season. There was about a dozen out there at the beginning of the season, and I picked this one up and repotted it for $4 today. So I saved one last plant in the season of 2026. Okay, I promised that I would show a couple of my thrift finds, so I'll show you everything that I got. So my husband happened to see this when he walked by a end cap. So Stay Wild Moonchild, and he said it reminded him of me. I love butterflies and the forest and the woods and the outdoors and things with mushrooms on it. So, of course, I always loved, when I was growing up in the 70s, we had several hippies that lived in the little valley that I grew up in, and I loved being around them, visiting them, and seeing what they were up to when I was a preteen and teenager riding bike. So I really, really liked that find. And that was 59 cents. This was also 59 cents. It's an old Target, or maybe it's recent. It has an old tag from Target on it. It's an angel. So 59 cents for her. And then today it was half off for media, so if you bought DVDs or certain books, and then audiobooks. So I got this audiobook by Jane Hamilton. I think it's all about it's all about an apple orchard, and these are usually donated from the La Crosse Library, and I was in La Crosse today. And then The Winter People, I thought that sounded really good, based in West Hall, Vermont, and this is kind of a spooky, ghosty, haunty type. I thought it would be great for fall, so both 99 cents. Stopped at a looks like a farm store. These may not look the greatest, but they're really tasty. And their tomatoes this year have had some issues, but I love tomatoes, and so these will be just great. These were each 29 cents each, so they just have loads and loads of vegetables, and they used to have a sunflower field, and they always have lots of plants. I've been going to this farm stand since we got married, so almost 32 years. So I got those, just the first out of the field. And then our local food stand, our vegetable stand, also has tomatoes. And I just finished eating 5 of those tomatoes, and those were also very good. So filling up on tomatoes right now. Tomatoes, green beans, cucumbers, and zucchini are what is out at the farm stands right now that's growing in the fields locally here in Wisconsin. So then I also got a few shirts. So I'll try to lay this out. This was a Karl Lagerfeld. I don't know if it's real or not. Doesn't really matter. It's a pretty pink polka dotted short sleeve. You can put it underneath a blazer with pearl buttons, and it looks like it's brand new. Then I got a dressy shirt with cap sleeves. So there's the cap sleeves there. Dressy. I like the neckline. It's in blue linen. And then just a t-shirt for around the house. So just with shamrocks on. It's just a green short sleeve t-shirt. So the green short sleeve t-shirt was 99 cents. The shirt for church, the linen shirt, was $1.99, and the Karl Lagerfeld was $3.99. So that is my Goodwill finds, my veggie stand finds, and then I went into Woodman's to do a little bit of grocery shopping. Basically, we only bought some milk and some yogurt, so nothing really big, but these were on sale. If I'm going to eat a snack and if I'm going to eat a cookie, it's going to be Walker's. Usually these are regularly priced at $5.29 all the way up to who knows what. $5.29 is a lot for me, even for a Walker's cookie to buy. I almost never snack, almost never eat sweets and stuff like that. I'm just not into that in the last, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. And I feel better for it, but every now and again I want to have a shortbread cookie. So my mom used to make cookies like this, much better, I think. Her being Scottish and that, and learning from an old Scottish grandma. But I don't have access to those cookies anymore, and I doubt at 90 she's baking, so I bought some. They were on sale for $3 a package. So got those. These are individual snack packs, so there's 6 of them in there with 2 cookies in each pack. And so $3 for that one. So that'll last me a bit. And then these are just the Thistle. These aren't snack packs. There's probably like, I don't know, 10 or 12 in this box. Servings. I don't know, 5 servings, so 10. And you get 6 grams of sugar, so they're not entirely too sweet. Wheat flour, and then calcium carbonate, niacin, iron, folic acid, thiamine, butter, sugar, salt. And whereas in my mom's it would be butter, sugar, salt, flour. So, anyways, I got some of those, $3 each, generally or usually $5 to $6 a piece. And my husband, who eats stroopwafels, thought these stroopwafels that are just butter instead of the syrup inside looked really good for coffee this weekend. Another place I always stop is Linda's Bakery. That's in West Salem. It's maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes away from Onalaska, Wisconsin. And I stopped and got 3 apple fritters for $2 a piece as a treat, and 1 of these donuts here, Long John's, for my husband. So, and this was 75 cents. Yeah. So just a little treat. We haven't stopped there for a while to buy anything other than a cake here and there. So we used to stop there all the time, but the prices are high. So now it's a very special event to stop there. So I was happy to get that, happy to go to Goodwill. We got our car sort of fixed when they tweaked the muffler a little bit to get it to stop clanging and clunking. They actually made it worse, but so far our oxygen sensor hasn't, or our new oxygen sensor is working. The check engine light has not gone off, but now the muffler is just beyond, and I'm just so infuriated that I can't even think about it right now because my blood pressure gets really high. So I've got to go take care of that again next Wednesday. So I hope this is the finale for this car and for this type of work constant, this type of money constant, and this type of worry. So that is the end of my very first vlog. I don't know where this clip will come in. Maybe it will come into at the end of the vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope my next one is a little bit more sane, put together, a little bit more in order and stuff like that. But anyways, I've offered just something a little different, something I usually don't film except for the cooking bits, and so I will get better at it because I will continue to make videos. So take care, be well, and I'll see you in the comments. And one of my next chores before 6 o'clock in the morning is to feed our cat. Now he's 18 years old and he's needed to be pretty much supervised fed like this. Ever since he was a kitten, he would just wander off when I put food down on the floor for him. So I've done this, otherwise I don't know how long he would have survived. So I just stand here and I talk to him. Sometimes I have to redirect him back to the bowl, and now with dementia, we're into our 3rd year, and loss of hearing and loss of smell. He eats anywhere between 10 and 12 times a day, usually about, we call it 0.75 to 1 ounce. We try to get, and we work it up to 6 ounces, so whatever that takes. Usually it does take 10 or 12 times, because sometimes he will just have a mouthful and lose interest, forget what he's doing, And then what happens is he gets just around the corner of the cabinet here, and we picked it up, whatever. Usually there's a little bit left in the bowl, and we picked it up after 10 minutes or so, and then all of a sudden he looks and he forgets that he's 8, and back he comes and wants to be fed again. It has gone as where we fed him up to 20 times in a day. He will just systematically forget it. Thankfully, he hasn't forgot where the litter box is at this stage. He knows where that is. He's still happy looking out at the birds, playing with his toys, running across the apartment. He does look forward to eating. He loves his treats. He loves catnip. I use a lot of different behavioral techniques to reduce, kind of like I just call them behaviors, but it's all part of dementia. There's a lot of howling. His howling is sometimes just a behavior. He didn't get what he wanted. Sometimes it's because he's lost his hearing. He may be losing some of his sight. He's frustrated. So, yeah. We use calming spray for that and different things that kind of ground him and bring him back to reality. So I worked in behavioral sciences for almost 10 years, and so I learned a lot of different things to do and just have developed a few of my own, and it seems to have worked. He lives a pretty happy and peaceful life. Happy Tuesday morning, everyone. The smoke is lessening. My migraine is lessening. Yes, it's pretty noisy out on my deck just before 7 in the morning with all the traffic. Just wanted to say good morning. I've got a Walmart delivery coming. I'll make sure and make a video of that. And then I'm going to sleep. I've been up part of the night with a migraine, but I have taken some medication now, so it's time for me to lay down and see if it clears by the time I get back up. So just wanted to stop in. Garden is looking lovely as always. Very happy with it. So I fed the birds, fed the bunnies, fed my cat, done with my laundry, sent my husband off to work. So it is time for me to lay down and take a rest. Okay, here is a harvest from my garden. My first 2 tomatoes, smaller eggplants because we do have patio eggplants, and then some peppers that I'm growing. This is kind of scrunched up, but yeah. So I've got some fresh produce to use up. Eggplants for my ratatouille. I think I'm going to try eggplant parmesan, and then of course my tomatoes. I eat those almost every day if I can. And then I'm going to use some peppers and some fried potatoes. And this is Sunday night's meal. So I have some sticky rice because I can't eat this because it's got lots of onion in it. But I think we buy this box of rice, chicken fried rice, but it has no chicken. It just has the eggs, the rice, and then a bunch of vegetables, plus some lima beans. From Target once in a while. It might be available at the local grocery store. I'll have it in the show's description. Some sweet corn, boiling up some carrots, and then these are fish, codfish from Aldi. I also tell you, since we haven't had these from Aldi, these specific ones from Aldi, I'll tell you how they are in the show notes as well. And here's what we got. So I had my husband pick me some zinnias. So we got some fabulous colors of zinnias in yellow and oranges. And then some snapdragons, also my favorite. She had rows and rows and rows of flowers. But I love snapdragons so much. So we got some of those, and so you would go out to her farm anytime in the late afternoon till dusk. And then a pint is $10 and a quart is $20. But it's really the experience. I mean, we're supporting a local farmer, we're supporting our friend, we're able to go out, it's a self-serve, so go out during those hours and with your friends or your spouse or just yourself and enjoy nature, enjoy a beautiful field, enjoy a sunset, pick some beautiful flowers. It's just a whole experience, something new she's trying. So I'm really happy. It was my first experience. I've longed to go to a cut flower farm. So now I've been able to do it, and it feels like a dream come true. So I also love going into sunflower fields, but we've gone twice to one, and they haven't ever had it since. So it's kind of a bummer because I love being around sunflowers. So that is that Those cost us $30, and again, it may seem like a lot, but we are supporting somebody who's also supporting people. And it was an experience. It was date night. We loved it. And that is what we've spent so far in the month of July 2026.